Hey everyone, Sivgaming here. Today I'm just doing a video about some of my fears, concerns after putting a lot of time in the Battlefield 5 open beta on my PlayStation 4. The background footage you see is Battlefield 1 PC, so it's not Battlefield 5, don't worry. Now, starting off for Battlefield 5, I will just say, yes, I'm 100% aware it is an open beta of an unfinished game that's not coming out until November, but I still do have some fears and concerns. Let's get started. Now, I'm worried about why they're only keeping it 64 players. With this day and age, and we have the technology to have more players on the map. The reason I'm concerned about only 64 players is I think having more than 64 players would not only really fill the maps, but give the feeling of a real battlefield, with huge tank battles going on, planes having dogfights, all while firefights are happening at an objective. So that way the map gets used in a good way. Instead of them shrinking the maps down, you know, the map will actually be used to its full potential. Now, the second thing is the gunplay, which, let's be honest, DICE is absolutely amazing with the gunplay. But, yes, again, it was an open beta, but the lack of weapons kinda doesn't feel right to me. It feels a little lackluster, and I think they need to add a lot more weapons for more of the feel for World War II. And also, I think the weapon... I'm MMO guy, so I'm just going to say the weapon talent system is weird, and I think the game would be 100% fine without the system, because faster bullets isn't really needed. You know, it's kind of a dumb idea to have, oh, here's faster bullets, but it has no negatives with it. Much like how with the talent trees you're seeing in the picture, you have to get the first two, then you pick which side you want to go down. No matter what you pick, you do not have a negative to that effect. Like less horizontal recoil. Well, you just have less horizontal recoil. There's no increased recoil or what's the word I'm looking for? Shit. Spread pattern is perfectly fine. Like if you could go with the recoil, but yet the spread pattern kind of messes up, I think that'd be a good trade-off. They need to have a little bit of a trade-off system. But other than that, I think the gunplay is amazingly fine with it. Now, I've seen a lot of people talking about the weapon customization and the attachments. And to be honest, being the history buff I am, during World War II, there was almost no attachments or foregrips or all this stuff that we have in the modern Battlefield games. It just wasn't there. Like, it's the grandfather and the steps before all that stuff started coming and happening. But we didn't have it. So I will just say the attachments and weapon customization, the colors and everything like that, not a major concern to me. The only problem I have is when you unlock a weapon or something for it, you have to leave the game and go into your armory or your company to equip it and do all that. So if they could just let you do that while in game, so you didn't have to leave and come back, try to get with your squad and all that, be perfectly fine. That's all they need to do. Nothing big, nothing major, but I believe they are working on the back end of having that fixed. So, excuse me. I will say, honestly, the gun damage seemed perfectly fine to me. I did actually really enjoy the recon class during the beta. It felt good, it felt powerful. Nothing was a one-shot kill within a certain range like Battlefield 1, which I actually enjoy. The couple of guns you got used during the open beta, the infield, I forget the name of it. It's the semi-automatic rifle. And the K98 were all great guns. I actually enjoyed all of them. I really put a lot of time and effort into the infield because it's the first gun you got. And I had absolutely no problem with them. I actually found it easier to judge the distance for the bullet drop than in previous Battlefield games. As you can see from this picture here, it was one game I had, I actually did really good, which actually surprised me. I'm not the best Battlefield player. I will never say that I am the greatest Battlefield player. But to me, the recon class for the weapons we did get to use felt perfectly fine. And I actually really enjoyed them. Now, one thing I think is a great idea is being able to pick up anyone on the battlefield, even without being a medic class, since it would help with the flow of combat. And in Battlefield 5, it really does. It feels really good to be able to see someone go down, knowing there's no medics close, and being able to pick that person up and helping you put fire down range. Wonderful. But the one problem I have with it that bothers the fuck out of me is that sometimes when you go and pick up your squad member, from time to time, it'll pick up their gun while you pick them up, so it'll switch your primary weapon. You'll still have your same kit, but if I went to pick up a recon, I would have his rifle and he would have my Sten machine gun. Wasn't fun, and it's a little bug. It's a small thing, and I'm hoping it gets fixed before release, and it also doesn't help when team members just run right past you because they're dumb shits, and even though you're trying not to fucking bleed out to keep those tickets from going down, they'll just run right fucking past you every goddamn time and won't help you because they're fucking idiots. And that's one thing that pisses me off, is no matter what they do, oh, you don't have to be a meta class to pick up your team anymore. Yeah, well, guess what? Dumb shits are going to keep running by every fucking time and not help out. I don't know why. They just do it because they're fucking stupid. And it pisses me off. Obviously, by this little right here. A lot of people have touched on this already. I'm just going to go over it briefly. I'm just going to say my piece, and that's going to be it. Will DICE and EA heed people's warnings? I kind of doubt it. But here we go. Now, EA and DICE now kind of brought in politics to the game and some of the stuff they've censored. Yes, they say it wasn't working correctly, but when you can type in the words black man, Asian man, brown man, all that, but yet white man is censored and DLC is censored, but not free DLC, you're kind of giving the wrong message to people, EA and DICE. Before I say that, if you guys want, you can look at any other Battlefield videos everyone else talked about, so I'm going to touch on it lightly. Well, my message to DICE and EA is, you guys make video games. There's no reason to bring politics into the game, or bend over backwards for people who get, like the word Nazi, which you guys have censored in your game. It's a fucking game for World War II. We fought against Nazis. Guess what? That's fucking history. So now, these people that get offended because of words, now you're censoring words like white male, DLC, well, white man, sorry, DLC, Nazis, fucking World War II game. You fucking kidding me? Dumbasses. So, stick to what you guys do. That's make video games. Leave politics out of the game. Because people play video games to escape how shitty the world actually is. And having to deal with that now in video games, and now having to deal with that in my personal favorite video game series, will honestly start driving people away. In like masses. Leave the politics to the dumbasses in Washington or wherever country else. Just make video games. Make video games about war. That's what you're fucking good at. That is what DICE is known for. Battlefield. Leave it that way. One final thing, since I believe this video has now been going on long enough, the biggest thing I fear is that the things that made Battlefield great is being gutted and cut out of the game. Massive tank battles, air battles, the destruction and the sheer size and feeling of the battlefield. Feels like EA is now forcing DICE to hurry these games along which result in broken games at the release to please shareholders instead of, and honestly, it's shitting on the loyal fan base. It feels like all they want to do is put out games fast, like boom, 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 just to compete with Call of Duty, which both Call of Duty and Battlefield are 100% different types of FPS games. You play them for different reasons. So instead of putting in the time to give players a solid foundation to build the DLC on they want to release, they just want to release them fast so they can make more money and slowly fix everything over the life of the game, which is a damn shame. Because you look at Battlefield 3, you look at Battlefield 4, both games were released in a very broken state. And over time, they both became absolutely amazing games because how DICE looked at it and gave people the testing area so they could give like the feedback and the bugs and everything like that. And DICE listened. And they became, personally to me, the two pillars of the Battlefield franchise anymore. Like the two best games they've made. So I think if given the time to release a game, instead of being rushed, I believe DICE could release one of the best FPS games to ever exist. So that's my piece on it. I will just say Battlefield 5 was fun. They had us 2 maps we could play over and over and over and over again. Yes, again, I understand. It's open beta. It's unfinished. Am I going to buy it directly off the bat? I highly doubt it. I really don't think for the first time that I'm going to buy Battlefield on relaunch because of kind of how I feel the game is going. But I hope DICE and EA will allow their heads to be pulled out of their asses long enough to realize, oh, we should start releasing non-broken games and release quality, good, fun games. That's all I have to say. So, that's all. That's all I gotta say. I just bumped my microphone. Fuck it, I don't care. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. I know DICE is currently working on some of these problems. They've, on their Twitter takeover thing they had for their devs, their Twitch takeover they have for their devs, stuff like that. They already addressed a lot of these concerns. So, I hope they fix a lot and release a great game. Will I eventually pick up Battlefield and play it? Fuck yes. There's not been a single Battlefield I haven't played yet. I absolutely love Battlefield. But for once, Battlefield 5, I do not think I'll be getting as soon as it's released, which is a damn shame to me. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope you had fun, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya!